Hi, and welcome back to the podcast. My name is Jessica, and I am a hairstylist and makeup artist based in Dallas, Texas, here with episode 3 of the Beauty Diaries podcast. This week has been a little busy because I get married on Friday. So I'm excited and a little nervous. Not nervous to get married, but excited for the day to come. I'm just hoping that everything goes as planned, even though we're not doing anything big. We're just going to the courthouse and it's immediate family, so it shouldn't be anything too crazy, going to a late lunch afterwards, and hopefully it just runs smoothly. That's all I can really expect. But I've just been ordering some last minute things from Amazon and from different places, and I'm still trying to figure out what I'm trying to do with my hair and my makeup. I have some ideas and I posted them on my Instagram story, on my personal Instagram story, on what looks I wanted to do for the wedding day. And I never thought I'd be an updo girly, but I'm leaning towards updo. But there are some pretty down styles that I like. It's just my hair is a weird length right now, and I cannot wait till it's grown out because I'm just over this awkward length that I have. If you're watching on YouTube, you will see that it's just like a weird length, and I can make it look cute, but I don't know. We will see again. And I don't know what I'm doing with my makeup. Definitely something minimal, maybe a little shimmer, light eyes, and just nothing too crazy. I don't want to look super overdone because I feel like when I do my makeup in full glam, I feel like I look like a drag queen, and that is not the look I'm going for. I definitely want my fiance to recognize me and to see me how he normally sees me. So I think I'm just going to do a little bit more on the natural side. So we can talk about that as it goes on, because I found some lipsticks that I don't think are going to get to me in time, so I didn't order them. But if you are getting married, or if you are wanting to look at more lipstick shades for you to add to your kit if you're doing brides, I will talk about some that I found that I think are really pretty. So I will most likely be doing my own hair and makeup. A lot of the makeup artists and hairstylists that are here or that I work with have their own weddings that they got going on. It's October. It's super busy. It's a super busy wedding season. So I didn't expect anyone to be available. I was just asking around, hoping that maybe someone could fit me in the morning, but it just didn't happen that way. And I was planning on doing my own anyways, but on wedding day, you don't really want to be stressing out about a lot of things. So getting your hair and makeup done is really helpful because you have the opportunity to just calm down and relax and have something done for you, so you don't have to stress about it. But here I am. This is my life. So I will be doing my own hair and makeup, and I'm excited about it because I know that I'll do it exactly how I want it. And before I start going on a rant, let's go over today's topics. So we're going to be talking how I'm preparing for the wedding, what are some things that I ordered to prep my skin, new products of the week, or just, again, not really new products in the scene. Some of them are, and then some of them are just new products that I have found that I want to share with you because they are things that I want to definitely try out. And the next thing is hair mistakes to avoid that are damaging your hair. I wanted to try and squeeze in a topic, but I think this is going to be another episode that's kind of a standalone episode where we talk about imposter syndrome as a hairstylist and makeup artist, which can really lead into many different careers or can relate to a lot of people, because there are a lot of people in this world that are doing things that they do not believe that they should be doing because they do not feel like they have the right skills, or they don't think that they're good enough. I've been recently feeling that way, so I figured we can have a chat about it, and maybe you will also relate to what I'm experiencing, and maybe we can get through it together. So this week I went a little crazy ordering stuff for my skincare routine, which I should have done like months ago, and I've been putting off because one, it's just more money to be spending, but it's such a good thing to invest in your skin. If you're going to invest in anything within, whether it's makeup, hair, whatever, skincare is like number one for me, because there was a time when I was like 18, 19 in college and my skin just freaked out. And I did not have really bad skin growing up. I felt like I had pretty clear skin. I mean, I would get like a blemish, a pimple every now and then. But once I moved to LA and I went to school, I definitely started breaking out a little bit more. It was kind of bad. I had really big, like almost cystic acne. I mean, there's people that definitely, I had seen worse. I'm sure people could look at pictures of me or maybe knew me then and they're like, okay, girl, it wasn't that big of a deal. But to me it was, because I had never experienced that kind of acne before. But I definitely had it all over my cheeks, and I would just get breakouts all the time, and I would just pile on the makeup on top of makeup so that I could try and hide it. And it just made it worse because one, you're just piling on more product on your skin, which is going to irritate it and clog the pores even more. And two, it's just, you're just not helping. You're trying to disguise the problem and not really trying to figure out what's going on. So I know a lot of it was how I was eating. I was going out a lot. I was drinking a lot. And I just really wasn't taking care of myself. And I knew that. And once I moved back to Texas and I really stopped going out, I started eating a little bit better. I actually became vegan not too long afterwards. My skin, complete 180. So definitely, if you're going to invest in anything, invest in your skin. So a lot of the brands that like at Ulta, Sephora, are really not the best for your skin. I mean, there may be some, but I just like using esthetician recommended brands that I know will work if I'm spending the money. So a lot of brands use fragrance and alcohol that can end up drying or irritating your skin, among other things. But let me know if this should be another episode of what's really in your skincare. I think that would be a really good one. And we can even bring on an esthetician or someone to talk about those products and what to use and what not to use. But my top 3 brands that I typically go to, or like my go-to, are Skinbetter. I wouldn't say it's my number 1 just because of the price. Those products are so expensive, but they're so good. Just full of really good products that are actually going to solve problems and, take care of your skin. And I found it through the Dallas esthetician. I actually have gone to her a couple times. I don't go to her now. She's super busy. I wish I could get an appointment in, but I don't even think you can. I don't even think she has a schedule up where you can be put on her list or anything. But I did go to her like twice or 3 times. And so I always see her using Skinbetter products, and I was like, of course I have to try it out. I've been influenced. And I did try out some of their products. The one that I really loved is the cleansing gel. And so I had to order one of those. It's $48. Yes, it's a little bit pricey. But it does last a really long time. It's 8 ounces. And it's a mild foaming gel cleanser that gently and thoroughly cleanses your skin and removes makeup. So it is, this product is soap and sulfate free, and all Skincare Better products are dermatologist tested, paraben free, fragrance free, dye free, and cruelty free, which are all really good things. But I love this gel because this is like my first step to cleansing. I do a double cleanse. So I do the cleansing gel first to basically melt off the makeup, and then I go in with another like a face cleansing wash. And the one that I like is from Cosmedix. So that is my second go-to for skincare is Cosmedix. This is like the one I go to the most and what I've tried the most products from, because it is still on the pricier side, but not as expensive as Skinbetter. Or, I mean, I guess some stuff could be the same, but it's a little less expensive, but it's a step up from, it's definitely like a step up or two from drugstore. And the products are just really good. So I ordered a couple things from them. So a couple of things I ordered are if I can find it, but it's the first thing I ordered is Reboot. It's an overnight hydration complex. It's a probiotic packed luxurious night serum that works to balance, hydrate, and reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles while you sleep. Wake up to a smoother, softer, clearer, and more youthful looking complexion. What it does: hydrates and balances skin, reduces the look of fine lines and wrinkles, provides lasting hydration and moisture, soothes and calms the skin. So I believe I've tried this before. It's been a while, but I have really dry skin right now, or I've had it for a while, and I need all the moisture that I can get. But I love Cosmedix. They are also cruelty-free, vegan-friendly, and recommended by a lot of estheticians. So, and the price for this serum essentially is $35. So, not too bad if we're looking at, other skincare brands. The next thing I ordered is the Benefit Balance Toner. It's a uber hydrating antioxidant toning mist that's a perfect first step after cleansing. This ultra refreshing toner mist gently exfoliates and hydrates skin while helping protect skin from environmental stressors. What it does is helps protect skin from environmental stressors, boosts hydration, and helps prevent moisture loss, helps restore balance to dry skin. And the cost of this one is, if I can get to it, is $41. You can use this in the morning or night. And the key ingredients are green tea, aloe vera, and chamomile, soothe and help protect skin from environmental stressors. Shea butter replenishes moisture and helps restore balance to dry skin. L-lactic acid boosts hydration and helps prevent moisture loss. And D-glucuronic acid exfoliates away pore clogging impurities. So I definitely needed some kind of exfoliator. I don't use one right now, but because I have some texture on my skin, I wanted to get something that I could use that wasn't too stripping of my skin, because I do have sensitive skin, but something that is going to do the job. So I'm excited to try that one. The next thing that I ordered is the Glow Bamboo Brightening Mask. This Glow is a multi-purpose bamboo lightening mask and scrub packed with exfoliating and skin brightening ingredients for a clearer, smoother looking complexion that truly glows. What it does is it exfoliates skin to help improve tone and texture, nourishes the complexion for a healthy looking radiance, helps reduce the appearance of skin discoloration for a brighter, clear looking complexion. So a lot of these, or all of these, are pregnancy safe. I did look them up to see what I could use, because I wanted to make sure I wasn't using anything that wasn't safe. I know for pregnancy, you're not supposed to use retinol. So I didn't really use that before. And you also shouldn't use salicylic acid, which I was not aware of. I almost added some to my list because salicylic acid is good for acne, because I've been getting a couple breakouts. And now I know not to get that. So I'm glad I checked. But this Glow Brightening Mask, I'm so excited to use it. It's $59. And so the next thing is the cleanser that I'll be using is the Purity Clean. It's an exfoliating cleanser that gently lifts away dirt, oil, and impurities as it balances and clarifies the skin for a softer, more radiant looking complexion. What it does is it exfoliates congested skin for a smoother looking complexion, restores, hydrates, and balances skin, removes oil, and minimizes shine. It is $42 and it can be used in the morning or at night. And the whole idea behind ordering the skincare now versus a couple months ago is that obviously I've just been putting it off. But I was hoping that it would get here before the wedding, which is on Friday. So I don't think that's going to happen. It might, and I may use it like the night before, which is not going to really do me much good because I should have already been using this. So I'm just going to have to deal with my skin for wedding day and hoping that it cooperates with me. But if you are getting married or have brides that are getting married or have an event coming up, definitely start a routine early on. Get a hydrofacial, dermaplane. Those are two things I also should have been doing, and as well as, developing a good skincare routine to make sure that your skin is looking its best on your wedding day. So yeah, anyways, so Cosmedix. I do love this brand. It's also spelled Cosmedix. When I first heard about this, I thought it was spelled cosmetics, like makeup cosmetics, and it was not. So I also found this article where Hailey Bieber, it's on Elle.com UK, but it's titled Hailey Bieber's Facialist on How the New Bride Achieved Her Wedding Glow. And it looks like she used one of Cosmedix cleansers to prep her skin. So there you go. We know that it is Hailey Bieber approved. But speaking of Hailey Bieber, which actually we will get to in a little bit, but we'll go back to my last skincare product or brand that I like is La Roche-Posay. I believe that's how you say it. But this is a brand that you can get at like Target, and I've seen it all over TikTok. And it's been recommended by many skincare professionals. And so that's why I jumped to using it, because I ran out of all my cosmetic and Skinbetter products. So I figured, what is the next best thing? What can I go run into the store and get that I don't have to spend a whole bunch of money on or wait for it to come in? And that is La Roche-Posay. It is a more cost-effective skincare brand, and I currently have been using their cleanser. It's $16.99, but it comes with, let me tell you how much it comes with, because it's a pretty big bottle. It is 13 ounces of a purifying foaming cleanser, and since I only have this cleanser right now, I am double cleansing with this cleanser. So I'll wash my face, get rid of all the makeup, and then I'll wash my face again with this same cleanser. And there's a lot of it, but it's sulfate free. It's good for sensitive skin. There's no synthetic fragrance. It's good for oily skin and combination skin, and it's oil free. But the highlights are, it's a foaming face wash for a daily skincare routine, cleanses skin of dirt, makeup, and impurities. This facial cleanser restores skin comfort and essential moisture and leaves skin feeling clean and hydrated. Dermatologist tested, formulated with La Roche-Posay prebiotic thermal spring water, niacinamide, and ceramide. This face wash gently cleanses skin of dirt, makeup, and impurities while maintaining skin's natural moisture barrier and pH. It is paraben-free, fragrance-free, sulfate-free, soap-free, allergy-tested, non-comedogenic, and oil-free face wash. So, great stuff. And you can just run into your Target and get it. And I love their stuff. I also use their moisturizer. So I use their moisturizer. It's the Double Repair Face Moisturizer. And then I also use the Hyaluronic Acid Serum. It's B5 Face Serum. So this one is paraben free, contains hyaluronic acid, hypoallergenic, sensitive skin. It's good for dry skin, normal skin, mature skin, oil free. It is a hyaluronic acid serum that locks in moisture and helps Plump and hydrate. Use alone or as an added boost to your favorite face moisturizer for a daily skin routine. Vitamin B5 serum for sensitive skin is suitable for all skin types. Rich serum texture helps repair fine lines, loss of volume, and elasticity, and dehydration. So same things, same benefits as the other one as well. But this is just really good for hydration, which is definitely what I need. And I use this after cleansing, and I let it sit before I put on moisturizer. Then for the last thing I do is I use this eye cream, which I do not know the name of it, but it's not my favorite. I mean, I feel like eye creams are honestly kind of one and the same. So just to find a good eye cream and use that. And I forget to use it sometimes, but I feel like you could just use moisturizer underneath and be completely fine. But the last thing that I do is I put a lip mask. This is like, even if I don't do, sometimes I've been so tired and lazy that I don't even do a night routine. Like if I didn't wear any makeup that day, I will just brush my teeth and go to bed. But before I even do anything, like I will not skip this step, is I use the lip mask from Laneige. I use it every night and I wake up with moisturized lips. I have super dry lips, so I just use this any chance I get, and I slather it on. I really use it. I use a lot of it. But the key ingredients are shea butter, muro butter. Oh my god, I cannot say that. Vitamin C, coconut oil. But this one is a little bit on the pricier side as well. It's $24. It comes with 20 grams of product, and they have different scents that you can use. But I really do love it because it, like my lips are always super chapped. But when I use this stuff, I wake up and they're super moisturized and soft. So I love this stuff, and it lasts a long time. I mean, it's $24 and it's in a little container, but it will last you. And so yeah, that is, so I guess I'll go over my normal skin routine. Is I use that double cleanser from La Roche-Posay. Then I use the serum. Then I let that sink in. Then I put on the moisturizer from La Roche-Posay. And then I finish off with the lip mask. And that's what I normally do every night, unless I'm lazy at night and I skip. But so far, if you do want a cost-effective skincare brand, La Roche-Posay is a really good one. All right. Speaking of lips and speaking of Hailey Bieber. Hailey Bieber came out with her new Rhode Peptide lip tint, which as of right now, I've been kind of sleeping on Hailey Bieber's Rhode skincare line because I'm like, what is it? Just lip mask? I don't know. I just didn't know what it really was. And I was like, I don't know if I trust skincare done by celebrities. Like I said, a lot of skincare brands that are in Ulta and Sephora right now are probably not the best for you. So if a esthetician is not recommending it, I'm probably not going to look into it. But she got me on this one. These peptide lip tints look so yummy, so juicy, and they look like they have a lot of moisture. And I like that they have a little tint to them. So throughout the day, you just put it on. It gives you a little color, and you're good to go. Everyone looks good using them that has been using them. I really love, I think it's called Pink Ribbon. The pink ribbon color is really pretty. So I don't know. I think she's going to make me add to cart. Hailey Bieber's new peptide lip tint is a sheer but buildable color that melts onto lips for a hint of tint and rich glossy finish. The restorative fragrance-free formula leaves lips naturally plump, hydrated, and nourished from within. It is $16. And this may be one of those things that I have to try for myself. But I love that it is fragrance free because we all know that is anything with fragrance. I know we love the smell of things, but oftentimes it's really not good for you or your allergies or your senses. So we try to avoid products that contain a ton of, synthetic fragrance. But let's see, the benefits are it's a lip tint and treatment in one, restores and replenishes dry lips, helps lock in moisture for visibly plumper, softer lips. So like I was saying, I do love that using that Laneige lip mask at night, but that is the only time I use it is at night. So having something throughout the day like this peptide lip tint would be good for me because I can just reapply during the day and it still gives me that moisture. I don't like using chapstick because I feel like it really doesn't do anything. I feel like it just sits on top of the skin and doesn't actually absorb. So I'm thinking maybe of trying this out to see if it actually does what it says it does. If so, then props to Hailey. But yeah, so the next item or the next product that came out is the Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes. So this is the third time he's released this eye palette, and honestly, I don't know, I'm kind of over it. It's still limited edition, so of course when it runs out, it's gonna be out, and I'm not sure why he just doesn't make it a permanent item. I feel like everyone has good things to say about it and everyone wants it, and it just keeps getting sold out. And I just looked at Sephora right now and it's still up there, hasn't been sold out yet, and I'm still debating if I was upset that I didn't get the first time, and I didn't even know he released it a second time, but apparently this is the last time that he's going to release it, and I'm just debating if I should even get it because as a makeup artist, I would get it to use in my kit because I don't think I would use it on a day-to-day basis, but when you have a kit that you have built up and you use on clients, what happens when you completely run out of that product or run out of a shade that you like from that palette? Then you just don't have it anymore. So I feel like he just needs to make it permanent. And I don't know, I feel like some of the shades you can just find alternates in other brands that are going to continue, having it in their lines, and it's probably easier to find. It doesn't sell out all the time, so I don't know. We'll see. But I think it's like $68, and if it's anything like his basics palette, I don't really know, his first palette, I guess, with the neutrals, it's, it may be a little underwhelming because those powders are like not the best. There's definitely better ones out there, like I've talked about in the first episode. But, if it's definitely out there, if you're interested in getting it, I just don't know. I'm debating. If it's still there in a couple days and I'm like, let's try it, maybe I'll get it, but I'm not running to get it, especially because it keeps selling out. The next item is, I don't know why. Oh, actually I do. I found this, I was on Instagram and I was recommended this reel by a makeup artist, and I don't have her Instagram right now, but she was doing a bride's makeup, and the lip color on the bride was so pretty. It was like the perfect, like, neutral shade, and I looked at the comments to see if I could find, because she didn't post it in the caption or anything what she used on the bride. So I had to look in the comments, and she responded to someone who was asking about it, and I was like, oh, thank God. So it's actually a Jeffree Star Velour liquid lipstick. I've never used his products before, but I wanted to look into it. So the color that she used is Pomeranian Kiss, and it is super pretty. And I wanted to definitely try it. I think they're $18, I believe. And I wanted to try it for my wedding, but I heard his shipping times take a while, and it looked like even like the fastest shipping time was like 5 days. And I was like, I don't think it's gonna get here in time. So I'll just save it for, the next time I decide to order some things for my kit. But I found some other colors that I liked from the Velour liquid lipsticks. The first one is obviously Pomeranian Kiss, and then Birthday Suit, Mannequin, and Christmas Cookie were other ones that I would also add to the list of ones that I want to get. They are all like really pretty nude, pinky colors that are really good for brides. And some other colors that I liked were from his Velvet Trap lipsticks. And the colors that I liked from there were Nudist Colony, Paleontologist, and Naked Body. So again, those are all kind of like nudie, pinky, brown tones that are just really pretty for weddings or like everyday lips. But yeah. So lastly is we're going to talk about things that you're doing that are ruining your hair. So specifically things that you're doing to your wet hair that is ruining your hair. So I was gonna go over kind of what I normally do, which is after washing my hair, I use a wet brush and I spray Untangle Me by Kevin Murphy. I spray a leave-in conditioner detangler into my hair, and then I brush through with my wet brush. And then I also, before that, I use a microfiber hair turban that I got from my Kish, and to just get rid of, most of the moisture. And it's not as harsh as using a towel on your head, but I use that, and then I go in with the detangler and the wet brush, and I brush it through. I start off at the bottom, at the ends of my hair, and then I work my way to the top. Basically anything to prevent any breakage or damage to your hair ahead of time before it even dries. So while I was thinking about this, I actually went online and I found this article by realsimple.com. It's called 9 Common Wet Hair Mistakes to Avoid. I don't know if I'm going to go through all of these, but I'm definitely going to go over the ones that I was already going to talk about. But the first one is obviously brush with wet hair. So brushing your hair out when it's dry will decrease the likelihood of breakage when removing challenging tangles created throughout the day or night. I always brush my hair before the shower when it's dry to get the knots out. So that's a really good tip, is before washing your hair, try to get rid of all the tangles before you go into the shower and wash it. Just to help it, eliminate you getting it more tangled when it's wet and in the shower. So, and it helps just stimulate the blood circulation in your scalp. It's just really good. So if you're not brushing your hair daily, you probably should. I mean, I'm definitely not doing that, but it's actually a really good thing to brush your hair. Even if you're just sitting around watching TV or something, just go through and brush your hair and start at the scalp, because it really does benefit the scalp in a lot of ways. 2, using an appropriate brush. It's okay and often necessary to detangle wet hair as long as you use the correct type of brush. So you can use, they suggest this flex brush, which is has a soft bore and nylon bristles that bends with the hair to avoid painful snags and works for all hair types. But I mean, I just use a wet brush that I believe I also got from my Kish. But, you can use any type of wet brush that has really flexible bristles that help detangle the hair without pulling it and stretching it too much. So definitely make sure that you're using the right brush for that. Number 3 is brushing aggressively. Your technique when brushing your wet hair matters. Avoid aggressively brushing damp hair to remove knots. You want to be gentle and you don't want to tear at your hair. Always start from the ends and work your way up, holding the section of hair you're working on in your hand. Quinlan adds that when brushing wet hair, it's good to use a leave-in conditioner or detangler to minimize snags and maximize smooth locks. So just repeating exactly what I said is, when you're brushing, I just see so many people just going at it. Just brush. And that is so bad for your hair. Please don't do that. Please be gentle with it. I actually ask my fiance sometimes to brush it for me, and I tell him exactly how I do it. I'm like, please start from the bottom and then hold my hair so it doesn't pull at my head. You kind of hold it to hold that tension, and start from the bottom and then work your way up and go slow. And he goes really slow and it feels so good. And you just let someone do it for you. So it's nice. So ask a friend, ask your husband, ask whoever to detangle your hair. But yeah. The next one is mishandling wet hair. So if you don't have a microfiber towel and you have like a regular towel or a t-shirt, instead of like we all have grown up to do, is just plopping it on top of our head and just really scrubbing it, trying to get all the hair out or all the moisture out. It's just like a patting motion versus a rubbing motion. So you don't want to rub the hair that's just gonna disturb the hair follicles. You want to kind of pat the hair to try to squeeze the moisture out gently instead of going at it roughly. So try squeezing instead of rubbing, or using a microfiber towel and gently kind of wrapping it up and letting it kind of soak up the moisture as much as possible. Number 5, using hot tools on wet hair. This is a major hair don't. It's best to keep curling iron straighteners and other heated tools for dry hair only, with no exceptions. I see so many tools out there that they're making where it's like wet to dry, and I never really trust those. They always say, oh, it's so good, it's so gentle. I just don't think that you should be putting heat, like, irons directly on wet hair. Some bridesmaids show up on wedding day with damp hair and they expect me to do something with it, and I always tell them to go finish blow drying it, because it's going to do is burn your hair, and it's not going to hold the curl at all, and it's just going to make it frizzy. So just avoid using hot tools, even if it's a wet to dry one, because I just don't trust it. I feel like it's just really bad for your hair. Let's see. Number 6 is putting wet hair up with a ponytail holder. Hair's elasticity changes as it goes from wet to dry. Essentially, the strand shrinks as it dries. If you try to put it up with the ponytail holder when it's wet, it can break at the band. If you're desperate to put it up before it's dry, it's best to use hairpins or a clip. This is also true. Your hair elasticity is very important. So when it's wet, it is the most vulnerable when it's wet. You definitely don't want to pull on it or tug on it that much when it's wet, because it can expand really far. And if you're putting it up, it's just going to expand and just cause frizz and breakage. So definitely try to let your hair air dry down. If you need to put it up, My Kish also has these scrunchies. They're like a microfiber scrunchie, and you can wrap your hair in it, and it absorbs the moisture in your hair while you're while drying. So if you need to put it up, that's what you can do if you don't have a clip or anything. That is it for the hair tips. So those will help if you are experiencing a lot of breakage in your hair, a lot of frizz. Try those tips out and see if any of those work for you. The last hair mistake that you're probably making is sleeping with wet hair. So I would definitely recommend to try to air dry it as much as you can, and then going in with a blow dryer to finish it off. Because if you sleep with wet hair, it could result in damage, split ends, and tangles. It can also cause scalp issues such as flakes and irritation. And you could also develop like some yeast, which can cause dandruff and dry scalp. So definitely try to avoid sleeping with wet hair. I do not like going to bed with wet hair. I don't. I will blow dry it. I will let it air dry. I will stay up a little later just to make sure that it gets a good amount of dry before I go to bed, because I do not want to, develop any other. I have dry scalp right now, so I don't want to add on to that by sleeping with wet hair. And just think about all that moisture that just sits there all night. Like if let's say you sleep on your back and you just have that moisture that is sitting on your pillow and on your scalp, on the crown of your head, or in your, the bottom, like towards your nape. That's just buildup that is just not going to dry, and that is water, which water is a chemical, so it does turn into mildew, mold, and it can do that into your hair. So I would definitely stay away from that. But yeah, so that is it for the hair tips for this week. For the next episode, we're going to talk about imposter syndrome. I think that's going to be just the whole episode talking about that, and possibly talking about Halloween content on what I'm filming. And I also want to drop a tutorial on YouTube on my wedding hair and makeup look. So I'm debating if I want to film on the day. I feel like that may be too chaotic, but it's something that just suits me. I feel like that is exactly how I'm going to do it because I like to live in chaos. But if I don't do that, then I will recreate it and I will do another tutorial where it is just me. All the chaos is done. The wedding day is over. That way I know exactly what I did, and I'm not trying to figure it out on the day of while also trying to film. So I think I'm going to have to just recreate it all over again, which should be fun to do. So, and maybe I can tell you, what went right, what went wrong, what I would have changed and whatnot. So that is something to look forward to probably next week also. And I still need to do an episode on my backstory on how I got to this point as far as how I got into hair and makeup. But there's just a lot of stuff going on. So if you enjoyed this episode, hopefully you leave a review. Hopefully you subscribe on YouTube. Hopefully you watched it on YouTube. But if you do leave a review, please leave one on Spotify, because the more reviews that you leave. Oh, and also follow me on Spotify. I feel like if you're listening to this, just hit follow, review, so that more people can hear about the podcast, and watch on YouTube, subscribe on YouTube, and leave a comment on Instagram or on YouTube on what you would like to see or hear in upcoming episodes, and who you would like me to have on, either, estheticians, waxers, other makeup artists, and let me know what concerns you have, and I will try to address them. So again, thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I will see you on the next one as a married woman. Bye.